What do you get if you cross the Mad Bull with the Fighter Buggy RX with the Rookie Rabbit? Well, you get the Mad Rabbit, of course. Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again, thank you for stopping by. So this is a little project I've been desperate to do, and in today's video we're finally going to finish it, so super excited. So as I said earlier, we've got a brand new built Mad Bull, we've got the Fighter Buggy RX, and we've also got the reproduction Rookie Rabbit decals. So we're combining three cars to make one, and the idea is, let's move that out of the way. So the idea is to get this Mad Bull truck. So it's going to have the RX shell on, which is the same as a Rookie Rabbit, and obviously it's going to have the full Rookie Rabbit decals. The wheels are going to go pink. We've got to strip the decals off that body, clean it all up. We got primer for the wheels and the shell. The wheels are going PS11 Tamiya pink to match the decals. We've got the driver figure to paint up. I'm not sure how I'm going to do about with what colours I'm going to use just yet, but I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. And then when we've got it done, we're going to stick a pretty badass brushless system in it, get it powered up on 2S and get it ricking. So if you've not seen the earlier videos, I've just built this Tamiya Mad Bull. It's fully ball raced, and we've also fitted the Tamiya DT03 oil dampers to it, which has made a hell of a difference. It's incredible because it comes as standard with the red pogo stick shocks, which are pretty terrible. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. So the first step that I'm going to do, I'm going to whiz these wheels off, get the tyres off them, and get some primer on them, because it might take a while because we're going to have to do the full wheel front and back, because you see a lot of the inside, so it's not as if we can cheat slightly when it's just the outsides. So that'll be the first step to do. When that's drying, we'll start work on the RX shell, and we'll start taking the decals off of it, and then we're going to have to give them a really good clean in soapy water, get that adhesive off, get it dried, and then, as I say, we'll primer that shell. It's not been, well, obviously this hasn't been painted, but this is not, the RX shell has not been painted either. So we'll get that primered up, and then obviously we've got some, I can't remember, the Tamiya TS white, I'm not sure of the number. So we've got quite a lot to do in this video, but I think at the end of it, this thing's going to look pretty epic. Well, I've just learned something. I just assumed that the body posts and the positions were exactly the same, and they're actually not. It's a different rear body mount post on each car. So my initial plan was, when I was just looking for an RX shell, I'd have been stuffed then, because I would have needed the mount. So luckily we had the full car, so it was just a case of swapping the rear mounts over, and that just gives you an idea of what this car's going to look like. But that's for a much later video, because I've no idea what I'm going to do on that. But yeah, that's the shape of it, and I think that looks superb. Obviously we've got the proper decals, we've got to paint it, and we've got to get the wheels painted, but I think that thing's going to look completely badass. Right, so this is the bits we're working on today. So obviously we've got standard wheels. So the view to that is to use this fine surface primer. Never used this stuff before. It's a slightly larger can than the paint cans, as you can see. So obviously we'll prime the wheels up. As I say, never done it before, so we'll take us time. And then the view to that is to go PS11 for the wheels. So that's quite an easy job. With a shell, as I said, we've got to strip it all, but that's going to get primered. And then we're using the Tamiya TS26, where is it? Pure white. For that, and obviously you've seen the decals. The only other thing is the body shell has this radiator that bolts on the back, and obviously the driver figure. So my plan with this radiator is to spray that silver, the full unit silver, and then put some black detail, maybe just go across the edge and the lines in black, and I think that'll look pretty cool. I may well do that on these grills as well, so I'll spray them all white, but when it's done, go over them in black and just sort of outline them in black. I think that might look pretty cool. And then we've got the driver figure, and as we speak right now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I was going to go with a pink helmet and stuff, but I think that might be too much of the pink colour. So I think we'll spray it all over in the what is it, TS26 white. I'm 100% doing it. Oops, sorry, I'm 100% doing his seatbelts pink, and then we'll do the buckles silver, and I think that'll be the body done. Flesh colour on his face, but I am thinking we do the outer rim of this helmet pink, maybe, and then with a bit of black inside against the flesh, and I think that'll look pretty cool. The only other thing then is, will the helmet look a little bit bland because the rest of it's in white? So I'm debating what's the finished masking I've got. That's the finished masking, Tamiya masking I've got. I'm just debating whether I put a strip that wide just on the front of his helmet all the way along, so you just got basically a line, and then do that line pink. I mean, you could also do it round that way as well, which would break the helmet up. So anyway, we'll come back to that, because as I say, I don't really know 100% what I want that to look like yet. So first job is we'll get these cleaned, we'll get the primer on them, and then we'll go from there. Right, that's a horrible job of the decals taken off. The shell's mint, to be honest. A little bit of colour fading in places, but obviously we're going to paint it. But for blemishes, and obviously no cracks, the thing is awesome. You can see the aging on the driver figure plastic. So that's a bit yellowing. So as I say, next job now, we've put the first couple of coats on the wheels, but it's very difficult because the wheels are that deep. So we'll keep doing that. But next stage for this is get all this in some hot soapy water and get all these marks off. Right, so the shell's drying, that's painted. The wheels, the primer's still drying. That's becoming a little bit of a nightmare to get the primer inside the wheels. It's pretty awkward, and you get a few little runs and stuff, so I'm having to sand them out, and that it's not great. So while I've been waiting, I've cut all the decals out, as you can see, and I've started to figure out a few differences, which I'll talk about when I've got the shell in front. But now what I'll do is I've blown over the driver figure, and I've also painted the radiator silver, which I'm just going to go get. So we'll do some detailing work. So as I say, I'm not 100% sure how this is going to do, because I don't want massive amounts of pink on it. So I'm going to do pink seat belts, and then I'm going to do the silver buckles, and that'll be his body finished. Now, I'm really not sure what to do with the helmet. I am, obviously it's going to have flesh colour and then black around it, but I'm thinking the helmet rim here needs to be pink, and possibly even this side one here, do that pink. I think that'll look pretty cool, but we don't have any decals for the helmet, so I'm really unsure. Maybe we'll just do it to that stage, and then we'll have a look. So I'll get cracking with this, and I'll also get the radiator up. Right, that's the first bit of detail on the driver. So, you know, as I say, I wanted pink seat belts, which I think they'll look alright, but I've got to add some black detail to that on the buckles, and maybe a centre line as a zip. The helmet so far, that's as far as I've gone with it. Next stage is to get the flesh colour in, but the lines aren't too bad. Don't worry about the inside lines, that'll be covered with flesh, but the outside lines are pretty sharp. So obviously that's going to kind of look like that, but a bit to go on it. And then this is a radiator, so that's just been blasted over in silver, and now using one of these Sharpie, I'll show you the nib, really fine tip. So I'm just going to try put some detail on, maybe go around the edges first of all, cover those nuts, and then go across the grill. But anyway, let's see how that looks. Right, so I've put the detail on. Again, I'm pretty useless at this side of the hobby. I'm really trying hard to improve on it, but I'm 46, the eyes are going. I already have to wear these like +3.5 magnifying glasses, and they do help a lot, but I do struggle with it, and I just wish I'd have done this stuff when I was younger. and got more skilled at it, but not to worry. So don't get me wrong, I'm not crying poor tail. This does look okay. It looks okay, but there's other guys out there who I watch and they just do this stuff for fun. Anyway, that's what I've done with radiator. So I said that was just blasted over in silver PS paint, and then with a very fine tip marker I've done the black and the sort of the nuts. So that's that. That's how the driver's finished. It's okay. The lines are pretty sharp. I put a bit of black on for aging, but you're supposed to do that with like a pen. I've never used it. Anyway, I mean that's that's good enough for me. The eyes are not great. And what I have just done, which I think looks really good, on the shell itself, it's got these grills. So I've just gone over those with a very fine tip marker, and they've come out really well. I like that. So I'll just whiz this radiator in this section very quickly to see what it looks like, and the driver. Right, that grill looks superb. Very happy with that. That's come out a treat. Driver figures in. Obviously, you put a lot of detail in the drivers, but you hardly see them. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm happy with that. But I'm loving that back end, that grill. That is awesome. Right, so what is next here? I'm thinking I'm going to have to put the decals on because I'm really struggling with these wheels. I'm just going to do. I've primered them fully on one side, and now I've got to go do the insides of them, which won't take as long, and then we'll start getting the pink on. But that's what we're going to be waiting for. But I'll go blast that up, and then we'll get the decals on this. Well, guys, that looks absolutely class. I'm absolutely loving it. It's what a pleasure that was. It's more of a pleasure when you've never done that shell and those decals before, so you're not quite sure what to expect, how they go on. But yeah, the MCI decals are absolutely class. I really like them. I always get the gloss finish on them as well, in case you're interested. But what a thing. Look at that. I won't say the trickiest bit, but the bit you got to pay attention to, this join here. This big one goes on first without the rabbit, and then you've got to get all that nice and smooth, and then you've got to get this angle right so that flows into it. It's not difficult, don't get me wrong, but you need to be aware of it. How good does that look? I think the driver goes really well now. Big wing decal. Look at that radiator. That detail has come up an absolute peach. So all I've got left to do with this is standard. This is box art, and it's a bit bland, isn't it? So I don't want to take credit for this next bit because I saw this done on the original Google picture when I was researching this. And in the decal set, you get this pink Tamiya. So that is going to go like that, at that angle, to put a bit of colour into it. And what I'm going to do, there's two of these Tamiya ones that come in the kit. I'm going to cut the Tamiya circle off and just have the Tamiya emblem, and I'm going to put that at the same angle but in the middle. So that's going to fill that up. And then the last thing I'm going to do, obviously the Tamiya driver head figure screws always sticking through, it looks a bit of a mess. So I've got in the decal sheet, you get this Tamiya one. So what I'm going to try do is put it over the screw. It's not going to look fantastic, but it is going to cover that screw. It's not going to sit completely flat, but you get the idea. It won't stay on. Anyway, so I'm going to bang those on now. So let's get cracking. Boom! She's done. And I like it. I like it. As I say, I can't take credit for this. It's not the box art, but I have seen it done by a guy on Google. So I don't know your name, buddy, if you're actually watching this. But yeah, I have copied you on that. But it looks so much better with that white filled in. And then, as I said, I did that Tamiya on the roof to cover the screw up, which kind of does the job, to be fair. I love it. I really do. It's awesome. It's a very, very busy shell, and that's what I like. And I know I keep repeating myself, but that radiator and grills has come out as peach. Right, so that's the shell done. Now I'm a bit gutted. These wheels are going to take way longer than I thought. So I'm just letting them harden, and then I've got to start putting the pink on. But I honestly got to be honest right now, I don't know if it's going to work. But we will see. So anyway, when I come back, hopefully we'll have the wheels done. Well, it's the morning after, and they're finally done. I think they look okay. They're far from perfect. There's a lot of paint in there. Not too bothered about the insides of them. That was just to give it the initial colour. But obviously the edges and the insides were important. I think we've just about got enough paint in, but that was a real mission. So next stage now is get a tyre out and see if we can get these wheels fitted and not take any paint off as we're doing it. Fingers crossed. Right, that was easier than I thought, getting those on, which is good. Didn't take any paint off, and they look pretty good. Let's bang them on the car. Boom! I am made up with that. That looks better than I hoped it would. Those wheels have really worked. If I'd have gone try to copy the Rookie Rabbit but with the lunchbox wheels on, these would have been a gunmetal grey, and it just wouldn't have worked for me. It would have been too dark, because you've got so much volume of wheel, and obviously it's dark. I just think that pink just looks superb. I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, but the boy done good. Look at that! Oh my word. Yeah, I'm super happy with that. Well guys, what do you think? I love it. It's way better than I had in my head. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say to you guys I've reinvented the wheel, but today I've never seen this done, if I'm honest. Obviously people make the Rookie Rabbit on the standard DTO1 chassis, but I've never seen like a Mad Bull version of it, and I just love it. I think I've got everything right on this one. This is going to be so much fun to run. It really is. I honestly can't wait. I'm like a kid in the sweet shop, as I say. Oh, love it. But we will just put it on the shelf for now and let everything harden. A little bit of lift on these front decals, but hey ho. Downside to it, I've got two very small runs on the white paint on the body shell. I obviously put too much white on, but I'd have to point them out to you. It's not something you look at and you see instantly, so it's good enough for me. I'm not that much of a Tamiya purist where I'd have to rub it down and, you know, flatten it and do it again. Or I'm saying I'm not a purist, maybe I'm just lazy. But obviously this is going to run, so as it's running we may damage it slightly, so I might have to do touch-ups at a later point. Secondly is the wheels. That was really difficult to get that primer and paint in there. It took about a day and a half from start to finish. There's no runs as such, which I was really worried about, but the paint's quite thick, and I also don't know if that paint will stay on. I think if it hits anything, you know, anything hard, it'll chip the paint off. Maybe I should go down the you know, the gloss route, the clear spray Tamiya paint. I've never used that yet. Maybe I should. Definitely going to have to glue the tyres on. I was going to say I'm not too bothered about the fronts, but I'll definitely have to glue these rears on, because it's going to struggle with the weather conditions. It's going to struggle for traction anyway, and this is a particularly bad wheel and tyre set for spinning up if it's not glued. What else can I say? Very, very enjoyable to do. Really, really. I like these projects where it just comes from an idea, you know, and you just start building on that idea in your head, and you know. So anyway, I love it. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to say. It's like one of those hindsight moments. One thing I would have done, or I should have done, and if any of you guys are going to replicate this, I suggest you do it. If you go the same route I did. Obviously you got the Rookie Rabbit decal on the back. Now I'm calling this the Mad Bull. Sorry, I'm calling this the Mad Rabbit. Now, the actual Mad Bull decals on the same rear decal that goes on the back wing where it says Mad Bull, I should have asked MCI on the Rookie Rabbit set to get rid of the rabbit on the Rookie Rabbit, and then also to do the same on the Bull. Sorry, I'm getting this way wrong. Sorry, start again. I should have got Rookie on this sticker. I should have got them to remove the change the Rookie for the rabbit and a big rabbit in pink. MCI can do that, and then also on the Mad Bull decals, I should have got them to do just the Mad on its own, but doing exactly the same colour as here. So on this actual spoiler, it would have said Mad Rabbit. That would have just been a nice finishing touch. But hey ho, we're all an expert after the event, aren't we? So yeah, next up for this will be bang some radio gearing. We're going 4370 kV on 2S, which should be super fun. Might go down 3S route as well, but again, we'll just have to see. Obviously, as we're installing the electrics, people are telling me that the steering's pants, and they do mod it. Now, I believe the steering as it feels now isn't too bad at all, so there's not a great deal of play there. I think the play comes from the servo rod that goes to the. Well, it doesn't have a servo saver, does it? It's interesting. It doesn't have a servo saver, so it goes to the steering linkage up to the servo. So the play must be in there. So I might look at doing like a turnbuckle upgrade on that section. But as we're putting the electrics in, we'll have a look at that, and then we'll get it out for a rag or a couple of rags, which is going to be super sweet. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I know I did, and you know what I really love about these? Once it's done, like what happened last night was, did it. Obviously, I didn't want to put it all together because it wasn't finished. So I like to put when it's all done, I like to put everything together like, at the end, just to see and go boom. But I couldn't touch the wheels until first thing this morning. It was like 5 a.m. this morning. So I made a quick video just on the wheels, and then I fitted the tyres without taking paint off. So I was just stuck them on the car, put the body shell on, and I was like, boom. Went away, made a coffee, come back an hour later, and I just saw it sitting there, and I was like, that thing looks absolutely epic. So anyway, so once again, guys, thanks so much for watching. It's really appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could please consider liking and subscribing to support us, and if you do that, smash that notification bell for our weekly videos. But the most important thing, as always, is happy RCing.